Hey Leo, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. We're going to do full moon read, see what's going on. I like to say, just when I do the lunar cycle stuff, this could be, you know, now to, you know, the next new moon, you know, so kind of like the lunar cycle. 2.5 weeks, whatever it may be. But coming out of the gate, we have the Three of Swords reversed and the Fool reversed. Okay? There's something that isn't it, and you're not going to go do it. Six of Swords reversed, though. We'll talk. So we have the Hierophant and Temperance reversed. I'm not saying you're being impatient. I'm not saying that something's going wrong, but it's definitely not at an acceptable point at the moment. But you're also not bailing on it. You know, there could be a need for calmer heads, being able to kind of process things a little differently. But either way, you know, you are protecting your emotions, but at the same time, something isn't moving in any kind of particular way, because things have to be done right, and you might be losing your patience a little bit with that and just being like, come on. So this Six of Swords, what is Leo sticking in for here? The Hanged Man and Nine of Swords. I feel like there's a lot processing. And Nine of Swords, what I like to say about the Nine of Swords is it's like, oh, it's despair, it's bad. No, it's called literally you're running through, as my husband calls it, you're just dying 1,000 deaths. I was like, yeah, I know. I have to think of every possible situation that could happen. Thank you so much. And this lack of action is putting you in this Hanged Man thing. Usually I think the Hanged Man is more like, let's get perspective, blah, blah, blah. But there is a little element, especially with the Nine of Swords, where you are kind of going a little deeper. You're scratching a little further under the surface, and you're like, ow. Something's making you go, ow. Like, if you thought something wasn't going to hurt, it is kind of getting to the point where it could be hurty. And the Hierophant, it's almost like, I hate to say the obvious answer, but you're like, yeah, like, why is no one else seeing this? Like, do we all have eyes? And that's why you might be getting a little annoyed. Do we all have eyes? So let's find out what this is about here. Hierophant and Temperance. What are we talking about for Leo? Okay. We have the Hermit, Page of Pentacles, and Four of Wands. I feel like you do find a way that you don't let this shake your coconut tree. You find a way around it in some way. It could be kind of having to go internal, or there could be knowledge that's coming out. Especially with this Page of Pentacles, there's stuff that is kind of starting to be communicated that you're like, okay, we have four corners, we can build, I can relax a little bit. Okay, I don't think it's going to be as fast as you want it to be, especially with the Pentacles and Hermit, and then you have Temperance reversed. So there's just something that's a little more like, come on, but it's happening. The shift is happening. Because I want to find out what that Fool reversed, Three of Swords reversed is about. Okay, so you have 3 threes. And then you have the King of Wands. There's some level of inaction on, like, across the board here. Because you have the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. You might have been like, hey, let's work on it. Hey, you know, somebody could have been like, you know what, I'm going to ignore this and I'm going to go have a good time. And you're like, but we have to work on it. Or there could have been too many people telling you how to do stuff. Or, you know, sometimes this is a reunion card too. But I don't really get the reunion part. I get the, like, oh, let's just have a good time. Let's, you know, sweep it under the rug here. And the King of Wands, there was some level of inaction. And the 3 threes together does make me feel like there was some kind of feeling of spinning because you never were able to get out of that loop. You know what I mean? You weren't ever able to, like, pop that bubble, whatever it was. But I feel like that starts incrementally happening because you're like, about time. But you've had plenty of time to be like, if it happens this way, if it happens that way, if it happens... You know what? Give me one more on this Nine of Swords here. The Sun reversed in Wheel of Fortune. You knew it was a matter of time. before this stuff finally came out. You also, with, you know, the sun being Leo, there's an element of like you just didn't feel yourself. Like you didn't feel like you were putting your best foot forward. You didn't feel like you could be as clear as you feel like you could have been. But I feel like that's moving out, because like that Wheel of Fortune is like, come on. There's a right way to do stuff and a wrong way to do stuff, and we're going to start doing it the right way, just not as fast as you might want it. So how can Leo handle this? Oh, Three of Cups reversed. Then we have the Five of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles reversed, and Six of Wands, okay? Like I said, there feels like there's a slow immersion. Like the Three of Cups reversed, there isn't kind of that party aspect. There's a pulling back in that way. So if you feel, you know, with this Five of Pentacles, that you've had to kind of leave something out, this Nine of Pentacles, remember I said like it just was not feeling yourself. Now you do get to start feeling yourself again. You feel like things are finally like coming together. You might have had to kind of leave some behavior behind. You weren't just running to the stuff that felt good, and that's icky sometimes, right? But you start seeing the validation, and the Six of Wands for me a lot is about validation. And you're like, no, like I'm cool. But there's still an element of like I said, right way to do things, wrong way to do things. Someone's still trying to get under the radar in some way. Like they're just trying to take that, like they know the wheel's turning too, but they're going to get in there just one last time. So, Ace of Pentacles, yeah, they're going to, give me this, let me clarify on that. Yeah, it's like whatever it is, they're going to be waiting. If they think they've got it, they don't got it. So yeah, you're getting back to yourself in some way, and the stuff starts coming out, and things start moving without them. And they're like, hey guys, look at it. Oh, it's not going to grow? Okay. Put the Two of Cups, okay? Like, yeah, I feel like that's the kind of like the click moment where they're like, oh, you mean I have to actually be a part of this process? Huh. Or if there's too many people involved, if you want the real deal, hunker down, sunshine. We'll get to the Two of Cups, but I feel like something kind of nudges you and gets you validated. Yeah, somebody was not taking action on something. There was like breaks. It's like if you want to start something, then we need to do it this way. Give me one more. Let's manifest, okay? And I feel like this is more you being like, no, we manifesting. Oh, I almost skipped ahead. We got these guys still. So, Leo. Oh, discipline. Hello. Also, I am just going to point out, sexy time could have been important. And somebody was not feeling like they were getting heard in that aspect. They could have really felt like, I'm not saying they were shy or something, but there was just a very, they brought their own notions to what that kind of relationship should look like. I'm just trying to be tactful. And when someone's like, no, we're going to manifest it this way, someone starts getting what they want, you know what I mean? I don't usually go this way either, but with the Seven of Swords there, it could be something a little unconventional. So I don't know, whatever floats your boat, tickles your pickle, etc. Someone's going to get on board. It might be a little bit of a slower process, but somebody does, like if you ratchet, they're going to ratchet too. You know, I'm not calling you ratchet, but you know what I mean. Like I'm not going to yuck no one's yum, but you find the yum. And it's a mutual yum. So, manja. Ew. So, yeah. Because the whip is also sexy time, too. But, like I said, there's a little bit of contention still with the swords. There's a little bit of pokey, one-upsmanship. Somebody wants to be right. But the key is kind of like seeing stuff. You need to be observant in some way. How does Leo need to be observant? Just watch for the offer. It's coming. Someone, like I said, someone's coming around. What is the tussles about? About how someone's going to get what they want. So there is that back and forth of like, am I going to get it? Am I going to get what I want? Are they going to get what they want? Because someone kind of has to cut some stuff out, you know. Like I said, there's a little shift in behavior. There's shift in mentality. It'll end up nicely. But it requires a little bit of observation. I'm not saying compromise. But for everyone to get on the same page, it takes a hot second. So, these are the Love Oracle. I think Cancer got this too, yeah. Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. So yeah, there is a shift, and you're like, get on board, whatever this is. So Leo, that's what I have for you for the full moon, and I'll talk to you later.